But it used to be I would go and get chicken fried steak from Sherry's. Listen, I am in pure. I just opened my. This goes to show you the state that I'm in. I was trying to start a timer and I opened my calculator.
I do that all the time with the clock when I go to like set an alarm. It's like calculator. That also starts with a C.
It starts with a C and there's numbers in it. It must be real.
Right.
But yeah, I don't have like a cute. I think I've also said this every episode. I don't have like a cute little intro. We're just going now.
We're going now.
We're live. Yeah,
We're live,
pal.
Hi, Salem.
Hi.
We can talk now.
We're here. We can talk. Yeah, this has been a very silent. I haven't seen you in since I think the matinee that I went to, the last one.
Yeah,
Which was
probably.
at least a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And
It's been a
then
minute.
you came in and we were just like, don't say anything. wait till the show starts.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The awkward thing of being like, I want to comment on like your tattoos and your hair, and you look cute today, but I think I'll just save it until I'm on camera.
Yeah.
So I can have a permanent recording of me
you.
complimenting my friend.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I added did I have this one when
You had started, but I think
Yes.
up here is all new.
So yes, 2 days ago I went, and it's gonna be kind of hard to see on camera, but it's fine. Just look at my Instagram. Yeah, I went and did another session. I think this was the worst
Yeah.
tattoo I've gotten so far, pain wise.
I mean, it's sneaking towards your armpit, which is notoriously a very painful place to get a tattoo.
Yeah, and it's a lot of black, and this was the first time I've ever had to lay on my tummy.
Oh, okay.
With like my arm dangling.
Yeah.
So it was just, I think all of my body wasn't having a great time.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it was another example of like 2 hours in going, why the fuck? Why do I do this shit?
Yeah.
But now I'm like, well, now I know why. It looks cool.
I know. I have that thing. So like my leg's pretty tattooed.
Yeah.
And I keep talking about how I want to get like my knee done because I have this big piece on my thigh and then like my full lower leg is done. And I'm just like, I just need to connect it. People are like, why would you do that? I'm like, it'll hurt for a while, but then I have it till I'm dead.
Exactly.
Hopefully. I mean, if everything goes well, like
Yeah.
I have it until I'm dead. Otherwise, something terrible has happened.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't disappear or till you're dead is very fast.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been watching The Pit a lot, and somebody lost their leg this season, so I'm like, that would be I would be sad for many reasons.
I would think people are not going to believe me. I think I'd be more sad about losing a tattoo that I spent time on my leg than my leg at first.
I mean, I think that would be the immediate thought, and then quite quickly you would be like, oh dear,
Yeah,
the
later-
mode of my life has changed.
Yeah. Later on, I'd think about all of the long-term repercussions, but at first
Right.
I'd be like, that was a $1,200 piece.
Shoot.
I only get big pieces apparently also for some reason.
Well, I mean, you might as well go all in, which I say with like the dumbest like little tattoos in the world.
I think I'm doing kind of because my plan is basically huge pieces, and then once I have no more room for big stuff, I just get little filler cute ideas, because I have ones like that too.
Right.
Like little tiny ones I want to get. But I think currently it's like I'm in a place where I can afford to pay for a 5-hour session every couple of weeks. So it's like, might as well just do it now.
Right.
Because I don't think I could physically go in for like an hour and get like a little piece that cost me like $200. I'd be like, well, let's get like 4 of them then.
Just throw a couple more on there.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I ended up getting. I went in for this little ice cream tattoo. People ask me about it all the time. Like,
Yeah.
what is it? Your brother actually the other day, he's like, well, is there like a reason you have this many ice cream scoops? And I was like, yeah, every time I've killed a person, get a new ice cream
Exactly.
scoop. But I went in for this one, and he was like, I'm kind of slow today. Do you want another one? I won't charge you extra. And I was like, sure. And that's how I ended up with the cheese grater.
With the cheese grater.
Yeah.
They're both cute.
They're cute.
First of all, I might, if I ever make a slasher one day, I might steal that.
What?
That ice cream
The
tattoo.
ice cream tattoo.
Yeah, the killer gets a new scoop every time. That's such a fun idea.
Yeah, it's kind of like a play, like a Killer Clowns from Outer Space kind of like thing where instead of like the popcorn bags, it's just like an ice cream filler.
What are you tattooed out on the arms, or do you want more pieces on your arms?
I mean, I am just not in a place where I can get a lot of tattoos. If I was, I'd be like
Fully head to toe.
yeah. But it's few and far between right now. So it's like focus on filling up my leg, and then after that move on to other
Yeah,
stuff.
that's fair.
But yeah, I didn't start getting tattooed until was 31.
Shit. How old are you right now?
I'm turning 35 this year.
No way. Dude, you
Yeah.
look so good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not that 35-year-olds don't look good, but
yeah, I'm 34 right now. I turned 35 in July. But I attribute that a lot to my mom. So my mom's
yeah.
Filipino and she has looked young forever.
Yeah.
And it's good
It's the
genes.
genes, yeah.
It's good genes. Someday I will be like a tiny old crone, but that's not going to happen till I'm like 90. It's just
Yeah.
going to like,
One day in between birthdays.
yeah, I'm
you're
just
now,
going to like cough and
yeah.
then it's going to be
You're
over.
just like this decrepit little old lady.
Yeah. But no, it is funny. People are surprised often when they find out how old I am, mostly because I do such I have such juvenile hobbies.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but
It's hard to tell anyone, I think, that you're into wrestling when you're not like 20 years old.
yeah, I feel like most people around are like either children or like old heads. Like
Yeah.
it's very hard to find the middle ground.
Yeah. It's either like John Cena is their favorite or like fucking Bruno San Martino. And it's like, well, all right.
My ex's dad, when he found out that I was into wrestling, he was like, "Well, do you know about Bruno San Martino?" And I was like, "I've heard of him."
Hey, I've heard the name, pal.
But it was just so funny the way he said it, because like then every time he would bring up wrestling, he'd be like, "Oh, he still loved Bruno San Martino." It was so charming. But yeah, I loved that it was like his way of like engaging.
Yeah, I love
me
I
about
love the
that.
name being in a different color text every time he
Yeah,
said it.
it was basically like a flashing. It was like he had seen it on a marquee, and so in his head, that's how he had to like say it.
Bruno San Martino.
I mean, the man deserves the respect. So I
Yeah,
guess
absolutely.
if somebody's gonna say his name like that, then
Yeah.
that's understandable.
Was the plan ever to wrestle or was it always to ref?
No, I never really wanted to wrestle. I'll do like the brief kind of like
Bree's a
why-
referee, by
Oh,
the
hi.
way. One of the referees for my family's company and now reffing all over the place, dude.
I do ref.
You're doing so much.
I do a lot of things. It's awesome. I'm really, really happy for the opportunity. But yeah, when I started, I like got into wrestling really late. I didn't start watching it till 2018. And I like started watching it, and that was kind of like beginning of AEW, at the end of
Yeah.
2018, like NXT Black and Gold, and it was so fun, and I had friends who were really into
It was a very good like era for just like televised wrestling.
so good. And I was like, I know I'm not athletic. Like I'm a performer, but I'm not an athlete.
Yeah.
But how do I get involved with this? Because it's impossible for me to have an interest and not like
Dive head
first into it and make it my entire life.
Absolutely.
Which I know you can't relate to at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't know what that's like at all.
But yeah, like I got super into it, and by happenstance, I had a friend who was a wrestler for a company that no longer exists. So 3-2-1 Battle up in Seattle.
That's right. I forgot you're from up there.
Yeah, because this was when I was living in Portland, but I had a friend, so he was a wrestler at 3-2-1 Battle, and I had seen the first like AEW pay-per-view, and I saw Aubrey refereeing, and that was the first female ref I'd seen in watching wrestling, and I was like, oh, well, maybe that's something I can do. That looks like kind of an interesting thing. And I asked him about it, and he's like, yeah, actually, she's one of the trainers for our referees. If you ever want to come up, like, you can just come up to training. I was like, okay. And so yeah, I started driving from Portland to Seattle and just only trained as a referee.
As a ref, yeah.
Because Chris Samuels, who was her ref trainer, and then all of ours, was the one who taught us, and they had like a good program, which you don't see in like very many wrestling schools at all. But they really cared about like training good referees. So I felt like, oh, this is like something important and that I should do.
I feel like a lot of which, sometimes you just have to work with what you have, but like a lot of it's sort of like, oh, you're a ref until you're a wrestler. So like
Exactly.
it is very important that there are places out there teaching, just like you want to be just a ref, and we're gonna teach you the best way to do it, because like it's such a fucking important position.
Exactly. And like you want people who are good at it. Like you want it to be, you want it to add to the moments that matter instead of like noticing when there are fuck ups.
Yes.
But yeah, so I was like super grateful for that. I did like basic wrestling training and I was like,
It sucks.
it
dude.
sucks so bad. That night, the first night of wrestling training, like I went up there not knowing what to expect. And like the first thing, it was like, okay, 100 squats. And I was like, what? This is crazy.
At all.
And then like fireman carries. And then we were doing like bumps and rolls and stuff. And, you know, then the next day I had to take the bus from Seattle back to Portland at like 7 a.m. And then I got on the bus and I like when it's got off in Portland, I literally like fell out of the
Jesus
bus because my
Christ.
legs just like locked up and I was like, oh, I'm going down.
That's fair. If you've never done 100 squats before, and then all of a
No.
sudden you're doing that and then getting dumped on your back.
Yeah.
I haven't wrestled since September.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Holy
been a minute.
shit. That doesn't feel right.
It's very strange.
Yeah.
But I'm still on my sabbatical right now. But a couple weeks ago, I was like, I needed to go talk to my dad about something. I was like, oh, let me swing by the school. And I was standing there with Bishop, and I was like, oh, come lock up. And we just did a couple rolls, and then I was like, well, let me take a bump. And I took one snap bump, and I was just laying there, and I was like, hey, why the fuck is this ever what we started doing?
Why does this suck so bad?
Who decided this was a good fucking idea? I took one bump, and I was like, how have I done this for 10 years?
Yeah, and that ring is hard.
Yeah, our
That ring
ring
is really
sucks
hard.
ass.
That ring is really hard. Yeah. So there's multiple factors there, but yeah, you're like, when I try and explain it to people who have either never taken a bump or like, I don't know, or just watching I'm like, you have no idea how much this sucks. Like,
No.
and they're doing this constantly.
Yeah.
And
Night after night.
yeah.
And then they wonder why, like,
my body's broken.
yeah, it's like they wonder why none of us. I have a fucking sciatic nerve from doing a pop-up sit-out powerbomb for 10 years.
Yeah.
I definitely got to axe that when I come back. That's leaving the arsenal for sure. Anything sit-out related.
You just got to do the Mil Mascaras.
Yeah,
Pull
exactly.
the Flacco.
Exactly. Oh, I love, you know me, I love stealing from my family. So
Yeah.
I started, once he did it to me at LX one time, I was like, yeah, I'm doing that for sure.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, it really is like, I tell everyone, a good referee can like really, really, like, you feel the difference. And
Sure.
you know, because anytime you're on a show, I request you, because I know that I'm not going to have to give you a fucking million light years of information.
Right.
You get what you need from me. I get what I need from you. And if there's things that change in there, one of the few things I tell everyone that this shows me that you're like a ref that I want to work with every time is if we're in the ring and I need to give information and I can give it to you to give to them.
Yeah.
That's fucking brilliant. And
Yeah.
I've never had a moment where I've gone like, do this or tell them this or say this. And you've gone like,
Right.
deer in the headlights. You're just like, okay. Because it's like, I'm going to start John Cena yelling spots out in the middle of the fucking ring.
Yeah, it's like you can do that when you're at SummerSlam. It's a little tougher when you're at a brewery and there's like 75 people there.
Yeah, we're at the Elks Lodge. And
Yeah.
like, it's not so, yeah.
Yeah. No, it does make a difference. And like, I really like being in that position where, people trust me. It's like,
Yeah.
of course I make mistakes. Things happen.
Yeah, shit happens.
It's live theater. Like we're all going to do something eventually, but like I understand what my role is and like what I'm supposed to do, and I really wish that there were more people who were dedicated to doing that and not just seeing it as like a stepping stone to the next thing.
It's not a
Because-
fill in for a student.
Right.
Already. Yeah.
Exactly. And it can be.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's totally fine. And it's a great way for students to understand like how a wrestling match works.
Yeah.
Because you have to know everything about the way that it's structured and how it's going to play out and how you react to it when you're a referee. So it is good learning, but that can't be the only people that you have refereeing.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Especially like on it's one thing like if we do the matinees, that's
Sure.
a great spot for students to learn. We could have more students. Obviously you're there or like other local refs, but like that's a good place to have a student. Hey, we want to start working you in, you can learn the importance. But like, if
Right.
you're working a big major show and your
Right.
entire referee course just made up of students who want to be wrestlers one day, there's no like lead, there's no one in charge. You
Right.
know, like that's another thing that like I know we could tell you, hey, handle the ref shit, and you have them fucking laid out to a T what who everyone has, what everyone's doing, making sure they know what to be.
Yeah.
And it's like those positions, not just wrestlers and refs, but everywhere in a
Mm-hmm.
wrestling company is important. The commentary team, the people editing and running backstage, like everyone having their piece and knowing what's important. That shit, like, it just makes the show run so fucking smooth.
Yeah, I tell people this all the time. Like, not, we all know this if we're in wrestling, like, not everyone needs to be a wrestler to be involved in wrestling. And it's a matter of fact, it is better if they're not. Like, of course, people want, follow your dream. Do if you have like a good idea of what you're doing, you're training well, you're listening, whatever, be a wrestler.
Yeah.
But like, the industry doesn't work without everybody else.
No.
Like without a referee, without the photographers, without the videographers, without commentary, without ring announcers, like, and if you are one of those, secondary positions, you're going to work all the time.
I tell everyone, have as many tools in the toolbox as you can. Because, I mean, look at the amount of people in WWE or AEW that, like, their first goal was to be a wrestler, and now they're doing commentary for 20 years. You know, like Corey Graves is a great one. People love him. He was trying to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
And then he was too injury prone. Now he's like one of those guys, he's probably going to be like a Hall of Fame announcer one day.
Yeah.
Because he could talk on the mic,
Yeah, to extend your career, or I'm not over here to give like sage advice or anything, but it's just what I see. It's like, make yourself useful, and also like companies make it known that you value
Yeah.
the non-wrestling positions in your company, because it doesn't exist without it.
Yeah.
Sound people, like lighting folks, like all those, everybody.
And when you try those other positions, you really start to get an appreciation for them, because
Right.
I'm someone, I've been told I'm very gifted on the microphone, but I've done commentary a handful of times.
Right.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's so hard
Yeah.
to remain entertaining, but also focused on what's going on. And like, if you don't have anything engaging to say about the match, it is your job to figure out something to say.
Right.
And it's so fucking difficult. And I just remember like being like an hour into a show and being like, how the hell are we
do I
still
keep
talking
talking?
about wrestling?
Yeah.
How could we possibly keep talking about the moves they're doing?
Yeah, I had an experience like that recently where somebody had to referee, and I was like, hey, how did that go? And they were like, I feel like I know everything about wrestling, and I felt like I didn't know anything when I was in there. Like, I was in the way. I didn't know, like, just an appreciation. I'm like, yeah, it's just a different skill. It's not saying you couldn't do it, but
Yeah.
it's like, it's a completely different skill. I couldn't wrestle, and would never try. But yeah, it is definitely a different appreciation. And yeah, with commentary, you look at like, WrestleMania week just happened, which was a lot of fun. You look at folks like Jordan Castle, or Veda,
Yeah.
who in one day, like 3 or 4 shows. Can you imagine doing commentary or ring announcing for that many shows in a day? You have to talk about wrestling so much.
So much, sometimes the same people.
Yeah. Yeah, in a different scenario. It's incredible. Like, that's always been something I'm like, if I ever did anything else in wrestling, like, what would I do? And commentary is like the only thing that I could think.
Yeah.
Because like, I love wrestling and I love talking about it. So I'm like, maybe I would be able to do it. And I'm like, bitch, you would have to practice, because
The practice. Yeah.
it is a crazy, like, chatting with your friends about stuff is very different than selling the audience on the story and what's happening. And also,
And knowing when to talk and when not to talk. Because I've also been on shows where I watch the match footage back, and there's so many times where I wish the commentators weren't talking.
Right.
Because they don't understand to let things breathe. There's certain moments where it's like, yeah, I'm cutting a promo. You shouldn't have anything to say right now.
Right.
Like, wait till it's done, sell that bit, or I've had matches where the commentators are just talking about some entirely unrelated shit. And it's like, hey, man, we have a story here. I know you know that because you came up to me before the show and said, any notes for me? And I said, here's the whole thing.
Yeah, that can really make or break like watching a match back, because especially if it's live commentary, that's one thing. If it's recorded, you know, you're just like, ooh, what am I gonna get when I get to watch this match back? And you're like, I got some bullshit.
I know, shit. They were talking about their fucking weekend last week.
Yeah, and you're over here like,
Yeah, I'm like dumping myself on my head.
and they're talking about the men's match that's next.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, you know what match I'm super excited for? It's like, I wish mine.
I wish mine.
I wish mine's happening right now.
That would
Thanks.
be great. Yeah, but much like a bad referee, you really notice like a bad commentator. But yeah, that's just why it's like those super underappreciated. And I definitely encourage people to like just recognize your strengths and your limits. And if you're good at refereeing, please like do that. We need more good referees and less bad wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
What?
No, absolutely. How was I wanted to ask you, was this was not your first Mania week? You've done
No, I went last year.
Okay.
Well.
But
Yeah.
this one, you were pretty fucking busy this time.
Yeah, I was really busy last year, but I was there longer. Last year I went for 5 days, which is a long time to be in Las Vegas. But this time I was only there for 3 days.
Okay.
I didn't think initially that I was going to go because, you know, real life check, I had my grad school portfolio due the Monday after Mania week.
I can only imagine.
So I was like, you can't go. And then like 2 weeks before, I was like, I can do this.
We'll just do it. Fuck it.
We'll just do it. Why not? And I had gotten the confirmation from Adam, who's the head referee over at GCW, that they wanted to have me back on brunch. And I was like, well, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Effie's Big Gay Brunch. If I've information for the folks at home.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that initially I was like, okay, well, I'll figure it out. And I went Friday and reached out to the folks at Pride Style, and they had me on both of their shows. And then World's Greatest Wrestling, so Bovie, so 2 local Vegas promotions. So I did those, and Big Gay Brunch. And yeah, it was busy. I fit a lot into a little bit of time.
Yeah. I didn't go last year.
Mm-hmm.
I was going through some mental health stuff. I've only ever gone to a Mania week show once, and I did Big Gay Brunch in LA. I was like on that show. But even that, I did Big Gay Brunch and then I left. Like I'm bad at reaching out for bookings. But
I know it's exhausting, and like the general air when you're there is like you're checking in with people. They're like, how you doing? And everyone's like, I'm so tired, you know, and that it's great because we all understand each other. It's kind of so,
yeah,
but I love it. And, you know, I'm only 2 years into doing Mania week, so perhaps check in like another several and I'll be tired of it. But I think it's so exciting to be like going around and having your bag and like doing these shows and meeting all these new people and working matches you never thought you'd get to work.
Yeah,
and
it's definitely the best place for, and it's like I liken it to when I was in middle school.
Right.
There was, in my little west town, I lived in West Sacramento, California, and there was 6 middle schools, and every year, once a year, we would have the Club West dance, where all 6 schools, each 6th through 8th grade, were invited.
Right.
And to me, that's what like Mania week is for wrestling. It's like all the people from all of the places are in one place over the weekend, and it's like one of the rare times you'll ever see all of your friends that you've met on all these little shows here and there.
Right.
So
yeah, I described it to my non-wrestling friends as wrestling summer camp.
Yeah, that was probably a far simpler way to put it than I did.
But the same idea, right? Where you're just like, oh man, I worked with this person a year ago in Seattle and now I get to see them here.
Yeah.
Or yeah, you just have cool experiences that you wouldn't get when you're doing your normal
Yeah.
rounds. locally.
It's such a fun, like, because obviously I'm like watching all of it happen through social media.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such an interesting, like, no one can say wrestlers don't ride for this shit, because I'll watch like a friend of mine wrestle for Marvelous in front of 1,000 people, and then the next night they're in like some like the basement of like a Walmart, and they're wrestling in front of like 12 people, and they're doing all the same shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, we really everyone in this business really fucking rides for this shit, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I feel that when, I'm like, I was like walking up, the strip with like my bag at like 8 a.m. to make 9 a.m. like call
time.
and like stopping and getting like a protein bar at the ABC and just being like so haggard because I think Friday I was awake for 24 hours and then had an early call time, and I'm like, get to go do wrestling in the morning, and it fucking ruled. It was amazing. It was like the best day. So yeah, we're all like, yeah,
and for
wrestling brained.
And for like, obviously it's like, it's a little different for refs and wrestlers, because like refs are often on the show multiple times.
Yeah, we have to be there for the whole thing.
Yeah, and it's still like, because I think the trade-off is like, I'll drive 10 plus hours, spend all day at this venue, get ready, do all these things, and then wrestle for 10 minutes.
Sure. Yeah.
And then get in my car, drive back home, and go to work the next day. And it's like, there's nothing else. But that's the problem. It's like,
but it's sick.
There's nothing else I'd do that for.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. I'm starting comedy.
Okay. But that's a similar thing. It's like a very similar thing. And yeah, like there's that weird trade-off that in my head, because it's like wrestlers physically have it so much harder, obviously, than referees do. Like the just absolute wear in your body that it goes through. And then the only thing that we have is like, I gotta be there the whole show.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
like you can leave.
It's fucking tiring being a ref too, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
like,
but I'm not.
You're not getting dumped on your neck or.
If everything goes well.
Yeah, you're not doing a dive out and no one's catching you.
No.
But, yeah,
exactly. So it's like, higher risk, higher reward.
Yeah. Well, then the higher levels you get, like, not to go too much fucking behind the curtain, but like seeing the major televised companies, the referees aren't just refs; they run everything. Like they're in charge of so many. Like up in there, the refs aren't just refs; they're the talent relations scouts. They're in charge of setup and teardown. So like they're showing up at venues at 5 a.m. and they're leaving them by 2 a.m. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, it's just very different. But like everybody who's involved is involved 100%.
Yeah.
Like. And not saying it's like not a hobbyist thing, because like, some people do this as a hobby and that's fine. And like I have a full-time job. I'm recently done with grad school.
Yeah.
And all those things, but like, you put a lot into it.
Yeah.
And it no matter what position you are in it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to be like a toe dip.
Yeah.
As like a referee, because you're just, people need to trust you that you're like reliable.
Yeah.
Or
But it's so fucking important, man. It's the same with like, so on my sabbatical, one of the things that was very important to me was I went to my partner and was like, hey, I feel both bad for us and for myself that like since we have been in a relationship, we would go to things, but a lot of my weekends were eaten up by wrestling.
Right.
So my real big focus was like, I want to just go out and do shit.
Yeah.
And I really love musical theater.
Yeah.
And we've been seeing a lot of shows, and it's kind of like the same way I feel about indie wrestling, where like, it's awesome to go. Like we went and saw the Broadway touring cast for Beetlejuice. It was fucking incredible. Oh
That's
my God,
awesome.
that show kicks ass. And it was so fun. But then also I got the experience of like going to a more local production close to home and seeing Into the Woods for the first time.
Yay.
And they fucking killed it. And it was so fun. And like that was infinitely more accessible than, not that, Broadway in San Jose costs $1 million, but it was,
it's not cheap.
no, it was more expensive than the Woodland Opera House. production of Into the Woods.
I love Into the Woods. I was, to the surprise of no one, I did musical theater
Yeah.
when I was in high school. And one of my, I think it was my last, yeah, the last show I did, maybe. Last musical I did was Into the Woods.
Who'd you play?
I was the witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see you
obviously.
bodying that.
Yeah, I was a real Bernadette Peters
Yeah.
type.
You said that like how you're
The Bruno San
Bruno San
Martino.
Martino.
They deserve the same reverence. Yeah, but no, I forget that too, because like my life lately has been so, it's been wrestling, school,
Yeah.
work. It's like all these things, and then it'll be months and I'm like, I don't think I've like gone to the beach.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't think I've like gone on a hike or something, you know what I mean? And so I try and like fit those in around wrestling shows. And I'm like, oh, I like recently it was like, oh, I have a show in Benicia. Like I'll go 2 hours early and I'll do a hike.
Yeah.
And then
You're out of your mind.
I know.
You're out of your fucking mind.
I'm not taking bumps. I gotta wear my body out somehow.
Fair. If my friend texted me and was like, do you want to come to the venue 2 hours early so we can go on a hike? I'd be like, that's crazy.
That's why I do it
You
alone.
can certainly take a fucking hike.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like, you know, if I have a show in Alameda or something, I'll try and get there as early as I can, you know, if I don't have work before, so I can just go like sit by the water for a while.
Yeah.
And like incorporate that into my time being there, so I'm not like rushing to the venue and I feel like relaxed before.
Yeah.
So like if I'm not coming straight from work, I try and schedule those in, because I started realizing that like I wasn't doing that at all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I miss doing that. You get like memories on your phone, like being like, hey, remember when you used to like go on vacations?
Yeah. Remember when you had fun and did stuff?
I still have fun, but my fun is very structured.
Yeah. I will say, because, yeah, that is a very, like, when you're actively pursuing wrestling like that, it is a very important thing to fit those in. I think one of the moments we became a lot closer was when we went up to Oregon as a car ride. And just obviously spending that much time in the car together, but then you taking us to, sorry to keep doxing all the fucking places we've gone, but you taking us to the Cameo Cafe.
Oh my god, shout out Cameo Cafe, the best breakfast in Portland, Oregon.
Yes.
I lived in Portland for 11 years, and this place, it's like unreal how,
it's so cozy,
how great it is.
Yeah, the lady working like gave us all hugs.
Suji, who's the owner.
I love her. I want her to be my grandmother.
She's the
I
best.
love her so much. I knew this shit was going to be delicious when we walked in, and none of the tables and chairs were the same.
No.
And one of the ovens they were cooking on was like a regular home oven.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is going to be the most delicious food I've ever fucking had in my life.
And like you also know, because there's like framed photos of beauty queens, like local beauty pageant winners, a lot of like business cards.
Yeah.
And they make their own like hot sauce. But yeah, if like it is literally, I miss it so much. I miss many things about Portland. I lived there for a long time, obviously, but yeah, that's like one of them.
It's with like one of those, like, since I've gone, I think since that trip, I've taken like 2 other people on different road trips to be like, my friend Brie showed me this place. It's fucking sick. Do you want to go? It's
so good. And it's like, yeah, please don't be afraid of doxing the places we went, because I want them to stay open forever.
Please go to the Cameo Cafe in Portland, Oregon.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, how many places can you get like bulgogi beef and like a pancake the size of your face?
Oh my god, it's so fucking good, dude. How many places can you get chicken fried steak and regret it later?
Oh my god, it's
when you're at the
so
venue.
That was so stupid.
It's such a bad fucking idea.
Bad idea. Well, I'm gonna go wrestle on a brick in my stomach. Listen, covered in gravy.
I've learned my lesson, right? Hey. Now we're having a protein bar and we're eating Thai food later.
Yeah, exactly.
I've learned the tricks. I've gotten to the point. I've been fucking around a little bit because I've just been so busy.
Right.
But I'm doing counting calories, and I'm getting back in fitness. And I was 285. Or I think I was 287. No, how much was I? I was around there. I was like 280, 290.
Right.
And I got all the way down to 220. That was my lowest.
Yeah.
I'm a little back up right now just because I said I'm the busiest I've ever fucking been in my life. I'm gonna throw up. But
I get it.
that has really fixed like my like I eat fast food now and I
Right.
like keel over.
Yeah,
I can't do it now.
it's bad.
It sucks.
Yeah, I over the last year have, like tried to keep up. I don't count calories or anything like that, but like keep up with like going to the gym and what I eat and all this stuff because like, you start getting pictures back from wrestling and you're in there with like the hottest people you've ever seen and you're just like, oh, like
Oh
I
fuck.
gotta do something about this. And it's like it's more of a vanity thing, but it's also a health thing. But like it does happen where you're like, I used to be able to eat a whole like bag of flaming hot Cheetos and now I can eat like 10 of them and I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Your body actually your body responds to that and it's like, I would like real food, please. And you're like, what? We've never done that.
We don't do that. I remember the first time I hadn't eaten McDonald's in like probably like 6 or 8 months.
Yeah.
To skip one of those numbers. Bishop, I have a younger brother and Bishop's ruined my you know how he is.
He's an angel.
Sure. An angel from the fucking downstairs one. He's a nightmare and I hate him. But I hadn't had it in so long and after a show I was like, oh, I can count the calories on it. I'll just get a couple of McDoubles or whatever. Right. I ate like 2 McDoubles. And meanwhile, when I was in high school, I would house like 5 McDoubles and 2 McChickens.
Yeah, you were also a teenager.
I was a teenager on a football team.
Yeah.
So it was a little different.
That's insane.
But I had it. I remember, I'm not kidding, physically falling to the ground. Like in my hotel room, be like, what the fuck is happening? I thought it was full of like the T virus. It was tough. It was not good.
No, it's like poison.
Yeah. I got the other T virus though. They gave me that one.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your favorite, like, I know you haven't wrestled since September, but like post show meal, what are you going for?
I'm a big, well, rest in peace. But it used to be I would go and get chicken fried steak from Sherry's. Holy shit. That was incredible. Yeah,
I mean, I told you I lived in Oregon for a long time.
Rest in peace. That was devastating for the wrestling community.
Oh yeah, I don't know how DOA is continuing to run.
We don't go out anymore. Oh, dude, since then, anytime I've gone to DOA, it's just like, well, I'll fucking see you guys tomorrow.
Bye, I guess.
What are we going to go to Denny's? No shot. No way.
Well, and there used to be way more late night food in Portland, and it all died during the pandemic. Yeah. It was very sad.
It is very sad. And Sherry's that was our one spot to go. Like poor workers, like at 12:30 in the morning, all of a sudden going from like some older couple and like a young couple on a date or something.
20 insane wrestlers who are all malnourished and dehydrated.
Tired, loopy, have been up since 5 to do ring crew, wrestled, did tear down, and are now here.
Yeah.
Sweaty, disgusting, and just yelling at the Sherry's.
Yeah. When I went on that same trip up to Oregon and we went to Sherry's afterwards, it reminded me a lot of like being in high school and being like a punk kid and going to shows and then coming back to Auburn, California, where I'm from, and going to Denny's, which was the only place that was open, 24 hours.
Yeah.
And so just like 15 punk kids going into the Denny's, or either 15 theater kids going to the Denny's.
I have to imagine somehow that's the worst amalgamation of those
the theater kids?
Scenarios. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How many times do you think a group of kids have done La Vie Boheme in a Denny's?
Just broke out in one day more around the table.
You know what? But the percent chance that it would happen with a group of wrestlers is higher than you think.
This is something that we all know, being involved in the business. is the biggest secret is that everyone is a dork.
Wrestlers are the least cool people I've ever met in my life.
It is when you meet a genuinely cool wrestler, it is crazy.
It's wrong.
You're like, it's the most intimidating thing in the world because I'm like, nobody's supposed to be cool. You're really cool.
Yeah.
What's that?
You're supposed to. Well, and then now it's even more frustrating because now the things I got made fun of for liking as a child are cool. So like I'm watching my brother wear like Death Notes t-shirts and it's cool, and I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, and
I just get made fun of for playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
And he's also posted about how he's unk now, and I'm like, you're a child.
You're
Get out of
literally
here,
4 years
Bishop.
old. Yeah, Bishop.
Clip it.
Get out of here. Clip that. Send it to Bishop. No, it's fucking. I hate it. It's pissed me off, dude. I used to get made fun of so much for playing video games, and I used to get made fun of for playing Kingdom Hearts. Now it's cool.
I mean that's the generational cycle. It's like it is such a privilege to get old enough to complain about people who are younger than you.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like when I my day job, I work in a university, and like seeing 19-year-olds come in clothes that I would wear when I was in middle school as a 35-year-old, I'm just like, you know,
hey man,
I went through this with my mom when she would be like, why are you wearing things that I wore in the 80s? And I'm just like, you wouldn't understand.
You wouldn't get me.
Cool, Mom. And now I'm like, you guys aren't doing it big enough.
Yeah.
You need to look worse.
You need to look crazier.
We looked terrible. I'm sorry. I was in middle school in 2004. Nobody looked good.
That's
we all
crazy.
looked, I know. I'm so old, Salem.
I thought about that when I was 6.
But yeah, I was, in middle school then, and like I think about what we were wearing, and now there's like this weird pastiche of it floating around, and I'm like, more jeans underskirts, throw on another tank top, like you don't look crazy enough, more belts.
Get 6 belts.
Yeah,
please,
6
please.
belts.
Oh, I learned about layering recently. Oh, it's changed my life. It's unfortunately summer, and I've had to stop doing it. But learning about layering as a trans woman, I've learned about layering and belts.
You saying
shit.
I learned about layering just like made I did the like Indiana Jones where like my skin melted off my face.
They told me. Instagram told me.
Instagram told me to wear 3 tank tops.
I did.
Wear 20 camis.
The
one has lace.
The spaghetti strap maxi dress with a long sleeve undershirt. Oh boy, my life has changed. And then they taught me about tattooed chokers a little too far into my transition.
I know I see.
We did it.
I had my best friend in first grade, Lila de la Sota, I believe was her name. I don't know if she exists anymore.
I don't know if they got rid of her or what.
I don't know if she's still a playable character or what. But she gave me a red tattoo choker necklace. So this would have been in 1998.
I was born.
Yeah. And then with that, I put it on, and Salem.
Unstoppable. Yeah.
Salem
That was actually the direct response.
Yeah. So I had one of those that I used to wear all the time, and I think I'm wearing it in my 2nd grade school picture.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love doing it. They taught me, like I said, they taught me about accessories and layering, and my life has not changed. I've gotten more compliments on outfits than I ever have in my life.
Well, I will send you just film photos of myself in between the ages of 10 and 14.
Please absolutely do, because I will put it in the clip for Instagram.
Okay. You probably do. Just with my hair like this.
Yeah. I love that. I wish I had gotten more of like a scene or alt kid phase when I was younger.
Yeah.
I didn't. I
You
wore.
can have it now.
I'm having it now. Yeah, we're
Look
doing
at the
it.
material.
I literally have blue hair and pronouns.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
I had blue hair. I had pink hair. I did all those things, and yeah, it was very fun.
Yeah.
I would never dye my hair again, though.
That's fair.
Yeah.
At a certain point, I'm going to have to stop.
Not if you don't want to. Just my hairstylist actually told me no.
Oh.
I wanted to, and she was like, "I'm not going to let you do that."
Hey, Diva.
She knew I was going through a rough time, so she was being a real friend. She's like, you can't do that. And I was like, okay. And
Okay,
like
fair.
a week later, I was like,
That was the right
thank
call.
you, Sarah.
I'm starting to. That's another. Okay, so not to make this about me. On my sabbatical, I am rediscovering myself, and
Fab.
a huge thing I've learned, and this is a sensation sweeping the nation that I don't know if anyone knows about. Confidence is banana. This shit has changed my life.
Oh, tell me about it, girl.
I spent so many years just like meek little like anytime I asked anyone for anything to do the show,
Yeah.
to go on a date, to hang out.
Yep.
The fucking person at the cash register, I describe it as I would ask them like a poor orphan asking for more porridge. Just like, if you would like to, but it's okay. But now it's just like, I just do shit. And I
Right.
feel good. I feel the best I've ever felt. And one of the things is I started fucking taking care of myself.
Yeah.
I'm
It helps.
following diet and gym to the best of my ability. It's like I said, it's a little out of whack because I'm busy right now, but I'm doing those things. I am back on hormones. We did injections. We did it. Thank you, studio audience. I get my nails done now.
Yep.
I have a nail
Don't look at my
stylist,
nails.
and I'm trying to find a hairstyle. Huh?
I said, don't look at my nails.
Don't look at my nails right now.
Don't look at them. I've
I
never had nails in my life.
love it. I thought I wouldn't like it because I touch my face a lot.
Right.
But honestly, like after like 2 days in, I was like, I regret this. This sucks. But now I've
You
had
get
them
used
for
to
like a
it.
month, and I forget that they're there.
Yeah.
But I'm doing shit. I'm trying to find a hairstylist because my hair's flat and boring. But like I'm just doing shit,
Yeah.
and it's fun. I started improv.
Yeah. Fab.
I'm good at it. That's crazy.
That's like I that's like the least surprising thing in the world because you can like cut a promo.
Yeah, it really
You
is.
know
like,
what I mean? It's like
Yeah, when
you've been training for this. This isn't your
Yeah.
first improv class.
I was like shitting myself to start improv, and then everyone was like, "Why are you nervous? You're
Yeah.
gonna be fine." And I was like, "It's just so." And then I did it, and I was like, "No, yeah, I'm kind of made for this."
You're like,
shit.
oh, all these dorks around here never tried to like sell a match in front of 12 people.
You never had to insult your own dad in
Yeah.
front of a room of like 20 people.
Never had to call out your dad for having a child.
That's going on the Instagram, Dad. Fuck you. Call and clip this, send it to him too.
I knew exactly what promo you were thinking about. I was like, I was in the ring for that
I
one,
was
and I was
there.
like, whoop.
Yeah, what a day that was.
That was a great. I miss that venue.
And then we had a
Miss the
hardcore
back
match
version.
with like 4 weapons.
You had Legos
We
and
had
a jump
Legos,
rope,
a jump rope,
chairs,
chairs, and I think a pinata that we forgot to use.
probably.
So
Yeah.
wrestling's truly something.
Yeah.
It's truly magical.
So, like, what can an improv team do to you?
Honestly,
Zip, zap, zop.
I've been obsessed with the concept of zip zap zop for like months
Sure.
because I didn't know what it was.
Oh, okay.
But I kept hearing the term from like comedians.
Yeah, because that's like a very easy to pick on.
Yes. And then I did it
Theater
and I was
thing.
like, oh, this sucks. I get why they're all making fun of it. This blows. Playing zip zap zop sucks.
Yeah.
Did you ever, you were a theater kid. You had to
Yes.
do it. It's fucking blows. It's so stupid.
No, you feel like an idiot. And then you miss one and you're like,
I'm a
I have
fucking
3 words to remember.
There's 3 words and sometimes the first letter is different. How did I
Yeah.
fuck this up? But I will say it is a very encouraging space.
Right.
Anytime we fuck something up or anytime anybody does anything, we all clap and cheer.
Right.
It's great. And I think if it wasn't that way, there's no fucking way I would last an improv class.
No.
If they were like making
But they were
fun of you.
if they were cutthroat.
Yeah, I'd
Just
be
like, why? But why would you be there?
yeah,
that
this
doesn't
isn't
make
for
sense.
me. But I'm having a blast. I love it. I'm trying to start stand up
Yeah.
as well. I have an improv graduation show that you're invited to that I want you to go to.
Please. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay, sorry for the terrible transition, but I
okay.
have a thing I want to talk to you about before
Yeah.
I ask you my final question.
Sure.
One thing along kind of the same things that me and Lee have been going to a lot is at the Colonial, they have a company called the Nevermore Burlesque.
Sure.
I love them. I love going to them so much. Do you know Dragula, the show?
Yeah, of course.
Love
Of course.
Dragula.
Love Dracula.
Love Dracula.
Love Pink.
They get a lot of the cast to go all the time. And we just went and it was Gray Matter, Disastrina, Jarvis Hammer, but they also do a fuck ton of burlesque.
Cool.
They do so much burlesque, and it's really fun. And you used to do that shit.
I did. I was a burlesque dancer for 10 years.
Holy shit, dude.
I know.
You did it as long as I did wrestling.
I've lived many lives. Yeah, I did burlesque most of the time that I lived in Portland. I started in like 2009, 2010. Madison Moon was my mentor. She's the classic burlesque dancer from Portland. And I used to work with a live burlesque band called Orchestra La Pow back in the day. Rose City Shimmy, just shout out all my amazing friends. But yeah, it was super fun. There was like a very vibrant scene in Portland. A lot of fun, like classic burlesque, but I was more of a comedy burlesque dancer. I was very funny. I still think I could be funny if pressed,
if engaged.
if engaged. But yeah, I did a bunch of stuff. I went to festivals.
What does comedy burlesque look like?
Sure. So let me see. Okay, so me and my burlesque sister, Baby Lestrange, incredible drag and burlesque performer, still active in Portland. We used to do an act where she was a burlesque performer trying to get ready to leave for a show, and I was her cat that kept fucking up her routine.
Right.
So I would just like tear all her clothes out of her suitcase, and
Okay.
I'd rip things off, and we'd do little dances together. So it was like, yeah, there's like a comedic setup for it.
Gotcha.
Or basically, it was just, to me, burlesque in the 2010s or 2020s now, it's absurd.
Yeah.
It's absurd to look at somebody and watch them get almost naked and be like, this is
Nice. Sick.
So for me, what I took out of that was I am going to flip a lot of these tropes on their head so it's funny, because it's kind of like wrestling where it's like there's an inherent absurdity to the very act that we're doing.
Right.
So if I bring the audience in with like comedy,
There's a suspension of disbelief.
yeah,
there.
that you can kind of like play with something that's a lot more interesting to me than just being like, oh, I'm sexy, or like I have a corset on, which some people are very good at that.
Yeah.
But I think it's way harder to be very good at that. So I did a lot of like comedy. I would like play on different tropes. Like my favorite act I ever did was I was like a robber, like a very cartoonish, like, balaclava over the head and all black with a like bindle. And I would take that off, and then I had a stocking over my head, and then it was all to like classic burlesque music, and I would like peel the stocking off my head like some people would like peel the stocking off their leg.
Yeah.
So playing with like those classic burlesque tropes in like a silly way,
Yeah.
I found really engaging and interesting. So yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
And like I have a very expressive face, which comes out in wrestling all the time, because I feel like every other photo that I get, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
So like I was just good at engaging an audience in a way that I didn't have to use words.
Yeah.
Right.
That's I can kind of envision that, because we had one at the burlesque show, and if you as a burlesque artist feel like this is giving too much away, I don't know how often you reuse performances in burlesque, but
Constantly.
there was like a competition, and there was multiple people going, and they were all doing really good, and then this one girl comes out, and Pixie Barbell, I think her name was,
Okay.
and she's just like head to toe in like a scene outfit, like this buns with the over the eye, the multiple tank tops and belt,
Sure.
the boot warmers, and she's doing Hello Kitty by Avril Lavigne.
Oh yeah.
It's very fun, it's very playful, it's cute. And then she brings this guy on stage, and she sets a chair, and she's like being flirty, and then she goes off stage, and everyone's like, what the fuck is this? And she wheels out another guy who is bound and gagged to a different chair.
Right.
And then she starts doing a song that I don't recognize, and as she's distracted, the other guy, I guess, got a big moment of like improv and like, I'll do it, and he starts untying him. And then the moment he's untied, I Want My Boyfriends to Kiss by Ashnikko kicks
Beautiful.
in, and they start making out. And
Yeah.
you would have thought that they did like a fucking off the rope spear ladder spot.
Yeah.
I almost jumped out of my seat.
Oh yeah.
That was so exciting.
No, that kind of like subverting the expectation that you have of like, you know, a burlesque act in its basic form. Somebody comes out fully clothed, magic happens, they leave the stage less clothed.
Yeah.
And like playing with that basic like formula of like whatever that magic in between is the fun part to me. Like that's what I always really liked doing. Because I wanted people to be surprised, or I wanted them to laugh, or like, you know, because I never had, like, not as a slight to myself, but I never thought of myself as like a sexy, like, I'm like, oh, I'm not like a sexy burlesquer,
sure,
right? But like, I was like, you know what I can do to engage audiences is like,
just be silly, be fun.
Yeah.
Because it is like, there was one of the headliners was a burlesque artist named Frankie Fictitious.
Oh yeah, I know Frankie. Yeah.
This is like her bag, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know, I'm not huge in the burlesque world, so I didn't know her, but like immediately after her set, I was like, yeah, this is why this is her job.
Yeah, no, Frankie is like one of the best in the world.
Yeah.
And so, but like that is a person who like, they do classic burlesque.
She was bumping and grinding.
And like, she does, you know, different things, but like her formula makes sense for like the classic sort of burlesque setup. She does a lot of fun things. She has like a Chun-Li act that's really, you know, like, but whatever. She is an incredible performer.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm not going to be like that. Like, that's just not my bag.
Yeah.
So what else can I do? But yeah, I used to do a lot of fun stuff. I was with a troupe in Portland for a long time called Sign of the Beast Burlesque. They still run. They're an all heavy metal burlesque troupe. Shit. They run Metalesque Fest every year in October usually. But they're awesome. They're still going. I did Black Lodge Burlesque, which was all David Lynch themed burlesque. So that was super fun. They still put on shows every once in a while. Cool. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I had like a Lost Highway act. Yeah. I was like the mystery man character, and I did it to like Blondie's Call Me, or like, yeah. So there were all sorts of fun stuff that we would do. Yeah. In burlesque. What other shows have I done? I did like a all Batman. I did a Batman the Animated Series act. I was the Joker, and I came out of like a big box for like Batman's birthday, and I sang I Want to Be Loved by You as the Joker. You know, so you just like there's a lot of avenues that you can take. Yeah. In that. It's just like with anything, like with wrestling, like what do you want? What do you want the audience to get out of it?
Yeah, absolutely. And it is like it's another like very encouraging environment, I think, being at those shows, because we go at like basically every month, and they're packed house at the Colonial. People are just fucking losing their shit. But it is really so like so many acts. I feel like I just don't even process till they're over,
right? Because
it's just every single one is so unique to that person,
right?
And it's like even when it is just like, oh, they have clothes, now they don't. Mm-hmm. They're still like just so unique to who they are.
Right.
Like the other two girls in the competition were just, they have clothes, now they don't. But one of them's so like goth and horror focused, and she's like pouring blood on her teeth are blacked out. And then the other one, she's like, she's, you know, Hispanic girl. She's a lot more like, she had like the old timey hair get up and had like the sexy dress with the long cigarette, and like there's still a story within. It's so fascinating to watch. It's kind of like wrestling, where it's like, I mean, sometimes fucking wrestling is 10 guys punching each other.
Yeah, and sometimes burlesque is somebody going through the motions and not connecting with an audience.
That's true.
Like that is, I mean, again, this is burlesque and wrestling are like this. They're very similar, which is why like the transition that I had between one to the other was very easy. Is that like engagement with the audience is key.
Yes.
Right. So I would see young burlesque dancers go out and be afraid to look at the audience, and they'd be looking down at their feet, and you could see them going through the choreography. They were doing moves, but they weren't performing.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, you could be doing this in your room. And it Yeah, same thing.
Same fucking thing with wrestling.
Yeah, where you don't have to do the craziest stunts, you don't have to do the flashiest moves, you don't have to have a good burlesque act is not doesn't live or die on whether you have a million Swarovski crystals on your gown. It's like, how good are you at performing?
Yeah. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
all of this is for them.
Yeah. Yeah, and you want to make them come back, or you want to
Yeah.
make them tip you, or you want to make that happen. So yeah, I was never like a super. I'm not a dancer. Like I'm a mover, not a dancer. But like people would always like me because I was engaging.
Yeah.
And yeah, so no, there's a lot of parallels. There's a lot of cool stuff. I miss it sometimes, but I'm also like, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to put on all those clothes and take them all off and then do all that. Stay pretty. I don't know.
Stay pretty and go back
I mean,
out
sometimes
there.
you don't have to be pretty. Sometimes you can be like really stupid and ugly, and that's really fun.
Sometimes you're a cat.
Sometimes you're a cat. I do still have the cat costume. It's awesome. Yeah, I have the cat costume. I'll show you afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah. Now it's very cool. I have a little cousin. I guess she's not little anymore. She's in her 20s, but she's my little cousin. It is a local burlesque performer. Her name is Mystic Merlot. So local here in Sacramento.
Cool. I wonder if I've seen her
And-
before.
Yeah, I mean, if you've been to like, there's actually this great party I went to recently called Pillow Princess, which is like,
Yeah.
she performed there, and but it's cool to see somebody else in my family do it now.
Yeah.
Because I was like the pariah for doing it.
The only one. Yeah.
Now she can take a little of the heat.
Yeah. Now I just watch people punch each other. Count
Yeah.
to 3.
Exactly. I know.
Okay. I have one final question for you, Brie.
Shoot.
I've prompted you on this, but we'll restate for the audience.
Mm-hmm.
I ask all of my guests at the end of every episode, what is something that you think is super underrated? Could be anything in your life, could be a way of life, could be a piece of media, or literally whatever. Sky's the limit.
Okay. Yeah, I'd thought about this, and one of the things that we actually talked about was the first thing that I thought about, which is every position in wrestling that's not a wrestler.
Yeah.
Super underrated. So that was going to be my thing, but we talked about it so extensively. But now to be completely on brand with my day-to-day life, something that I think is totally underrated is using the library.
Yeah.
Okay, and here's why. Everybody thinks that it is just, when we talk about that, it's just about like going in and getting books in a building. That's not true anymore. It's very, very untrue. So at the Sacramento Public Library and other places where you might be, you might be able to access something called Canopy, which is a streaming service that is free through the library. If you have a Sacramento County Public Library card, you can use it. And Canopy has an incredible selection of films, things like old school horror, like queer documentaries, a lot of amazing foreign films. Like, it is so great, and nothing is free anymore, it feels like, and that's free.
Yeah.
And so using it for stuff like that, for like Hoopla or Libby, where you can get free audiobooks and ebooks and
Yeah, I
sometimes
have
comics.
Hoopla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's so broke right now, and I feel like not enough people are utilizing the services that are around them, and it's super underrated. But Canopy is the big one I try and tell everybody about. It's a free streaming service.
Yeah.
And the content is so good.
Does it work like Hoopla where it's like by rental?
Yeah, so you might, like, your library might let you have like 10 rentals a month
Shit.
or something.
That's still fucking. It's free.
It's free. Yeah. Like, that's how I watched I watched a documentary recently about Adrian Street, the wrestler, on and so that was my like big underrated thing, is that people are always into like the ideas of libraries as a concept, but not as a practice, especially, you know, we lose a lot of usership in the like 30 to 45, you know, like 20s, late 20s to or whenever people start having kids.
Yeah.
And then they come back to libraries. But I'm like, people our age who are broke should be using it the most.
Yeah.
And I think it's super underrated.
I want to, especially now that you're saying comics, because I'm trying to get back into reading comic books.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've never bought manga. I always get it from the library.
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to buy 100 volumes.
No, especially
One
like
piece.
I think especially something like that for if you want to try books.
Right.
Like if there's a manga that you're maybe interested in, but it has
You don't have
100
to spend $20 on it.
Yeah.
You can just go get it.
The amount of volume ones of manga I have in my fucking home of books I never wanted to keep reading
Exactly.
because I was just like, I don't know where else to get it.
Yeah.
I don't like the Crunchyroll app.
The library.
Get it from the library.
Get it from the library. Help, get it from the
And-
library.
Now they have wrestling at libraries.
They do have wrestling at libraries.
Everyone's doing it now.
Everyone's doing it now, but you know, not saying we were the first in the area, but I am.
But-
Because here's the cool thing that how it, I don't know if you knew this, but you probably did. But one of my dearest friends, Ian, we've been friends since I was in high school. He is one of the librarians at the Nevada County Public Library. And that was how our Ugly Dojo show at the library came together. Is we had talked about it for so long and we were like, haha, wouldn't this be funny? Haha, wouldn't this be funny?
And then it was.
And then it happened. And now we're like, shit, there's a lot of wrestling in libraries, which I'm all for because, you know, as whatever gets people through the doors, I'm very happy about.
Yeah, it's great. Dude, those shows are so fun too.
It's the best.
It is so many people who just like barely have ever seen wrestling.
Yeah.
Just heard there's wrestling at the library and it's free.
Yeah.
Like once again, it's
It's
free.
free. It's
Let's
free.
go check out this. And then I've never seen a group of children hate me more than wrestling at the Nevada County Library.
Yeah, they're so passionate.
It's awesome.
And just so excited and like, yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing. But yeah, that would be my underrated thing for sure.
Go to the library.
Go to the library.
Get a
punk.
library card
Get
right
a library
now.
card. What are you doing? It's free.
Oh, I thought you said go to the library, cunt.
I said get a library card.
Get a library card, cunt.
Get a library card, you cunts.
Oh my god, dude. Well,
Salem.
Brie, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Of course.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
I get so nervous every time I do one of these when I'm like insanely tired. And then I forget that I enjoy talking to my friends so much and means the world to me.
I know. It's so crazy how that happens.
I was like, I'm going to be so boring. Oh God, I'm not going to hold a conversation. And I look and I went, holy fuck, we've been going for over an hour. Oops, we got to cut it. We got to cut it.
Whoopsie.
No, this was such a blast.
Yeah, thanks
I love
for
you so
having me.
much. I
I
miss
love
you
you.
so much.
You'll be back around.
Do you have, where can people find you?
I'm at Ref Brie Montoya on Instagram and on Twitter, and that's pretty much the places where I post. Yeah, follow me on Instagram. I post highlights of what shows I'm going to be at every month on my Instagram, and yeah.
Do you have anything to plug? Any stuff upcoming that you care about? This comes out next Thursday, so it's pretty. We're cutting it to the wire.
Oh my God, don't ask me to plug. We've got there's the Ugly Dojo at Jackrabbit on Friday, May 15th. And yeah, then the following Friday, I'll be at Drake's dealership for Slamtown on May 22nd. And there's a lot of stuff after
There's
that.
a lot of shit. Follow on the Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep up on the Instagram. Yeah. With all that'll be in the description too. So you guys can follow Brie. She's wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on, Diva.
Of course.
I love you so much.
Love
This
you
was
too.
such fun. Thank you everyone for watching. Appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and all that. And as always, thanks for stopping by.